All right, y'all. We're back and we're better. We're getting ready to go through the last four venues before we go ahead and pick our place to get married. I'm gonna kick it over to my better half. So go ahead, talk them through what we're thinking.
All right, so like you said, last four, I kind of went down a rabbit hole and I found some more venues when we were almost done. Well, we should have been done. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of them. They're all still within the area. One is a country club, it is pretty nice. And then one is definitely another no go at all. But we're going to start with a no go and we're going to get right into it.
This one is called Prism. It's in Annapolis. It's I don't know the square footage, but it's a nice little area. It's over there by I think Four Seasons. No, what hotel was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's over by one of the hotels in Annapolis. I cannot remember if it was Four Seasons or something. But yeah, it has a lot of character. I'll put it that way. It has enough space, but I think breakout areas like this could be like a potential cocktail hour room or somewhere where we put the food, so that guests can like go and grab food if we do like a buffet. This is like I guess the bridal room. So
there's only one room. There's a kitchenette. And the first two rooms that you saw was going to be like the dining and everything else. So it's kind of small in that aspect, and parking also very limited. So that is why we decided this a no-go on our list. It would be nice for like maybe smaller parties, but not like 100 guests. Although they said that they can handle like 100 guests. It'll just be very tight with the floor plan for the tables and things like that. But again, nice spot. Right across was the hotel. I feel like it might have been the Westin.
Yes, that's what it's called. It's called the Westin.
Yeah, we did go over there just to see, what they had, and it's a typical like a hotel kind of thing. They got the rooms. They had, I think it was two sides where the rooms were separated. So one side of their hotel had like the bigger of the rooms, and you can make it into one, which was cool. And then the other side, it was a little bit smaller of the rooms, but you can have stuff like on the outside of the room. But it was okay. We didn't obviously record that because that was just kind of like a on the fly looking at the venue there. So I wouldn't even rate this one because we already know that we're not going to go with it. But for other purposes, I would probably just like rate it maybe like a 5, just because like the parking is very small. Like there's no other space, and it is kind of like in a residential area.
What's the ranking? 1 to what?
I think it was 1 to 10.
I mean, I'll give it a probably like a 7, but not for like weddings. I would like use this for like dinner parties or just like you just want to throw a party. I think for weddings they can accommodate if your guests are willing to walk over from the Westin. But for us, I think it's a good venue, but just not for our wedding. So I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay. All right, what's next? Which one do you want to look at next?
Let's do the country club. You got.
All right, so this is the outside kind of like courtyard area where you can use it as the ceremony. The unfortunate thing is, yes, it's a country club, so it's actually being used during the day. There's parking lot over there, and I think I forgot what room that was, but this room here is
the groom suite.
Yeah, groom suite. There's a bridal suite. I think that room was the bridal suite.
Yeah.
The other one here, and this is kind of like the cocktail area on the non-member side, because they do have a member side and we can't use the whole venue. But otherwise, I mean, it was cool. In all of those doors, it's kind of one big room that they separated, so you could separate if you want to. We got access to this patio, nice little fireplace. I mean, it was nice little views. It was behind like a residential area. So some people could probably get confused on how to get there because you would think like maybe the GPS is taking me around the wrong way, but it's actually the right way. But like I said, again, there are 3 rooms altogether that can be separated. And then that's pretty much it for the country club. We did tour the rest of it just to see, but again, we won't have access to that because we're not members. They will have golfing, but because it's late, people really don't do late golfing. So, I mean, this one was okay. It wasn't that bad. I think it was like an all-inclusive with the catering and the drinks and obviously the venue, and then I think, of course, tables and linens too. I feel like there was something else that they was all-inclusive in, and I forgot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what's your rating?
I like this place. I'm not even gonna lie. The only downside is the price. It's just they're literally at the top end of our budget. So if we pick this place, we don't really have to worry too much about customization. It's just we got to worry about, do we like the food, and will somebody get hit in the head with a golf ball? It's literally the only 2 things. Outside of that, I'm just gonna give it a 6, just because of the price. I mean, it's literally the one-stop shop. I mean, we've looked at the other space. What was it called?
The Villa.
The Villa, which is also a one-stop shop. But I think price-wise, this is definitely way higher, because I think the Villa was closer to 12 or something like that. Mm-hmm. This was right at like 15, and that's really close to like the top end of our budget, and we're just like we still have to buy other stuff. We gotta, we got a whole timeline. We have other additional expenses that we just don't know that we're gonna have, and even with the low end, like at the low end, we're looking at like maybe 13 with like rail liquors, or like not real liquors, but like the very low end liquor package that they have. So what did I say, 6? Yeah, so I'm just gonna give it a 6. It's the price. Everything. If the price was just maybe just a little bit lower, I would in a heartbeat I would snatch it up. We would have just signed the paper right when we were there.
Maybe not, but for me, I'm going to give it maybe like a 5, just because, like you said, the price is pretty up there. And the one thing about their package, especially the alcohol package or the drink package in general, there's a minimum you have to hit. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with that bill. So let's say we have planned for 100 guests and maybe like 50 show up. Then we're going to like have to figure out where we're getting that extra money from to hit that minimum that we were supposed to hit. So that's kind of like where it's like scary. I mean, everybody can RSVP, but then they could still like drop at the last minute kind of thing. So, it's just But otherwise, it would probably be a nice space. I'm not sure about the food. We won't know like how the food is, like how good the food is, until like if we went with them and we chose our package and stuff like that, and so we could have the tasting. But we met a couple of staff there. They were nice, and said the food was good. I think they said the food was good, right? Yeah. But sometimes people just say that just to say that, just to kind of like get you in there. But who knows? So I'm gonna stick with my 5 on that one. All right. So the next one here, we got a lodge, which is literally like 5 minutes down the road.
Oh, you can speak to this one. I didn't even go.
Yeah, so I went, and it's really just this open space here. There's really nothing else to it. There's an outside area, which you'll see here soon. But this is it. This is the outside area. Before they had these poles up, there were people who had their weddings on the outside, on the patio side, or you can have the people sitting on the bottom half where the parking is, and then you guys up there. But they put up the lights pole, so now it kind of like blocks the views. And this is just kind of like the parking. I think they said that inside the lot is, I think 30 cars could fit there because there's parking all around. And then they have parking in the back, which you saw like the gravel driveway. And then you can also park along their entry driveway, but of course not blocking any ways, but they allow the parking up there. Now up here, she mentioned that there was people that have done their ceremonies right here, which I mean, I guess is okay, but like, no, not really. So it was just kind of weird. But that was pretty much it. They have.
You took my car.
Yeah, that's not the point of this video. Yeah. She has a binder full of like all the vendors that they have. I think we had to go with their vendors, and we weren't here for it, but they had like a tasting that we could have went to if we were going to either use them, or even if we weren't going to use them as a venue. She was just like, hey, come on, try these vendors that we have for the food, and maybe you might want to use them for something else, something like that. So we weren't here to do that, but otherwise it was actually pretty good as far as pricing is concerned. Just like a standard place, I think. But what do you think so far that you've watched this, other than the fact that I took your car?
Yeah. Wow. I give it a 7 overall. I think it's cool. I just think it's nice for casual events. I think they can dress it up. I've seen the pictures you showed me. They can definitely dress it up for a wedding. I think it's just the parking that I'm not seeing that could be accommodated. But yeah, I give it a solid 7. It's a good space.
Yeah, and I think they told us we have to use their bartender, which is perfectly like fine. I think it'll be like 1 or 2 bartenders or something like that, which will also act as like the staff in case there are some like emergencies or something going on, or whatever the case may be. But otherwise, they're pretty flexible with the use of their space and other stuff, so not too bad.
What's your rating?
Oh, my rating, I'm gonna give it, what'd you give it?
7.
Yeah, I think I'll probably also give it a 7 too. Just because there's no changing rooms for either of us. I mean, granted, like it's only like 5 minutes down the road from us, but I don't want to get dressed at home. Like, I want to, get dressed somewhere else, but, and I'm sure he does too, so.
I don't care. I'll change it if I have to.
That's the only downside, but I mean, otherwise it's pretty good. It was nice. It was like, modern or whatever the case may be. And the coordinator that I was speaking with, she was really nice and everything too. So 7. Yeah, I'll give it a 7. All right, so now on to the last one here.
Okay, this one is the I forgot the name. It's a country club.
It's a campground.
Campground.
It's in Cherry Hill College Park.
Yeah.
Campground. So they have like different areas. This one, I forgot the name of this room, but it includes a chapel as well. So this is the chapel here where most people would have their ceremony. They'll just have it, just regular area. This is a full kitchen where you don't have to be a vendor. You don't have to be licensed neither to actually cook in there. You can wash dishes, whatever. This room can be used as one of the rooms to change in. And then she was just showing us some of the decorations and stuff that they already have. So you kind of don't really need to do anything. And then this is the outdoor pavilion that you can also use, or, well, I guess not also use, but it's another option, I should say.
Yeah.
They just had a Halloween thing in there, so that's why it looks like this. But otherwise, like this is it pretty much. It doesn't come with that projector. That was rented by somebody else. There's bathrooms on the outside, so people would have to walk outside to the bathrooms. We didn't walk that way, so I don't know what the path looks like. But that's pretty much it. It is on the campground. So there are cabins that can be used for rentals if any of our party want to be there. It's there's two entrances you can go through. We kind of went through the main entrance through like the RV park side, so it was kind of like weird walking in or driving into that area. So we won't be like the only ones on the campground. It'll be other people, obviously, but they're also building something else on the outside that can also be used as a additional venue or additional area for ceremonies or like whatever event it may be. So that I think she said that's coming sometime next year. They'll have that built out, but otherwise it was pretty okay. There was the day of coordinator as well, walking with us along with the property owner. But yeah, there nothing is really all inclusive except for tables, chairs, linens, any decor. Well, they have a decor package, I should say. But that's pretty much everything. So for this, I would probably rate this as maybe like a 5.5, 6. Just because it's a little bit like in a different area, like it's on a campground, you know. So, well, I mean, I guess that's not really a problem, but 5.5, 6 for me.
I was gonna give it an 8 because it's on a camp. Well, not that because it's on the campground, but it's its own space. So other than depending on where you drive in, you know, it won't really have the wow factor. But it's kind of like one-stop shop. You know, it's just you just show up with your people. They'll take care of you. You know, one thing to take care of would be your vendors. Outside of the vendors, everything else is there. We have enough parking. They have enough space to accommodate, like, you know, transitioning from, you know, ceremony to cocktail back to reception. There's an outdoor area if need be. And then, yeah, they also offer, if you want to stay, like with the groomsmen and the bridesmaids or the whole wedding party, everybody can stay on the campground. So they have, like, I think a few cabins that can host up to 16 people, I think, or something like that. So, I mean, everybody can kind of walk over. We don't have to worry about like anybody being late. If anything, just bang on somebody's door, say, "Hey, let's go." Yeah, I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not the most, when you drive in, it's not the best looking thing. But amenities wise, I would give it an 8 for that reason.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the last one. So I guess should we do like a final pick or like our top 5 out of all the venues or top 3 out of all top 3? Okay, so
because 5 is too many. We're
gonna be here forever.
We're not gonna get married.
I mean, hey, you gotta make sure it fits, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with okay, I know you like the LaGrange because it's a winery.
Can I see that?
That one was in Haymarket, Virginia, remember? That was the only Virginia one that we looked at.
That was the only one I like. It's just far.
Yeah.
That's my only drawback.
It's just,
so that's in my top 3 though.
It's in your top 3? Okay. We definitely took out the mansion at Strathmore. We took out the winery at Croon, and Prism. So we don't have to worry about those. So okay. Those are 3 that's gone. Let me write this stuff down so I can make sure.
Any others you want to definitely take out? And then I'll vote if I agree.
I'm really thinking about Mm, I'm in between LaGrange and the Villa.
To take out?
Yeah.
Well,
both of those.
You said you're in between.
Yeah.
No, they're not both. Not the Villa. I can take the Villa out.
Okay, so all right. The Villa. The Villa's another one that's gone.
You just don't. Why would you want to take? Is it because it's so far for LaGrange, or is there anything? Is there anything else?
LaGrange. For me to take it, I guess I just couldn't really see the floor plan, like the flow of it. I just felt like it would still be cramped.
Okay.
Even like the U shape, I don't know. Like it just felt like it'll still be cramped. Like somebody, like I mean, I guess in any place it could be cramped, but I don't know. It just didn't feel, the flow didn't really feel too flowy for me.
Okay. I'm keeping it in my top 3 though.
Okay.
Okay.
My top so far, Newton is the top. The art studio, maybe.
Yeah, it's in my top 3.
I do like Laurel for the grand occasions, but it was just the price that's really like it's hitting. If the price was great, that would be the number one. We don't gotta look at nothing else.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's knock off any more you want to knock off.
Laurel, we took it out, right?
Okay, so we took that out because of the pricing, though, right?
Yeah. It's at
okay.
The top of our budget, and then we might as well take out the Country Club because that's not in my top 3.
It's not in my.
It's not in my top 4.
Okay, so then we're left with the Campground, Newton, and FOP, and LaGrange. So that's 4 that were left. In the art studio.
Yeah. So my top 3, my top 3 in no particular order. LaGrange, Visual Arts, Newton. It's my top 3.
Okay. My top 3, definitely Newton, Viz Arts. I guess we got the same top 3. I would still keep the LaGrange on there.
What was your 3rd? I thought you took it off. You was about to take it off.
Well, I said that I can't really visualize like the actual floor plan.
Okay.
But maybe. I mean, well, no. I mean, let me not renege on that.
Yeah.
So Newton, FOP is really close. So that's going to be my top. We're doing top 3, right?
Yeah, top 3.
All right. So Newton, FOP, and Campground would be my top 3.
Campground, wow.
Yeah, I would have said
5, 6.
I would have said the Viz Arts, but the way the parking and like actually getting to the venue,
the only thing.
That's the drawback for me, and the fact that it's kind of like in the city. So if we did do the rooftop, if you guys remember from the last video, if we did do the rooftop, it could be noisy, but it also could be quiet. But then we also got people who's living in apartments across the streets that could also look in, and if our videographer or photographer like gets them in a picture, it's a lot going on there. But it's nice, definitely nice though.
Yeah. So the reason, if we did Viz Arts, I would put our ceremony in the main room, have them pipe and drape and hide the tables, whatever they gotta do. Cocktail hour on the roof, so that way it's on the roof, it's noisy, whatever. Not during our ceremony, like it'll be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good option.
The only drawback outside the parking, that elevator.
Oh yeah, because there's only one way up and one way down, and
it's only one elevator.
Yeah, only
for the
one
entire building. I think.
So if that elevator happened to go out that day, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
like I don't know. We're gonna have to airlift people down or something. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I'm taking that out my list. I don't know about you.
I'm gonna keep it because if you gotta walk, you're gonna walk on our day. Listen, we love you.
Okay, well we got to figure out something then.
I know what I want, and you want to. What's your top one?
My top 1.
Yeah.
I think I would probably put Newton as my top 1 just because of that separation from the dance floor tables and like the actual food area and the drink area. So this way it gives more room in the actual like reception part to, you know, do whatever.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have found our venue.
Oh, have we?
Possibly. Because
Okay.
that is also my top one.
Oh.
What are your 2 and 3?
My 2 and 3 was FOP and campground.
Okay, my 2 was LaGrange, and then, like I said, my 3 was Visual Arts, but...
So I guess that's the only one we agree on is Newton.
The only one it seems like we agree on is Newton.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody that stayed with us till part 3.
Yeah.
Comment 2 keys below if you got this far.
I'm gonna skip through.
Make sure you get an invite to the wedding. As long as you watch it before our wedding.
Yeah, I would probably rate it about a 4 as well too. We had to watch the video over again and see what we rated.
Alright, so
Oh wow.
that is one
Was that
mention.
I think we both said
And
4.
this,
Yeah, that was Newton.
Newton?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes.
That could have been
No, it was Newton.
Well,
I mean, we can always change our minds. So
I give it now a 10.
because you just want to continue. That's all why you want to give it a 10.
I mean, no, it's a nice. It fits the aesthetic. It's wide open space. It gives you a customization option. The only thing you probably can't do is just like
just a typical like walls and I think there was no like confetti or glitter, but I don't think I'm gonna have anything with glitter.
yeah.
Let me see. Let me look at the little thing.
While she's doing that, the reason why I like it, it's a mansion, so everything is already like properly maintained. It's clean. They have 2 separate bathrooms, I believe. Floor plan wise, if we're starting outside, we can come inside for the cocktail hour, send people to some area right before the reception room. Everything is mostly separate. Guests can kind of venture off and, like just explore the property. As long as they don't spill any alcohol or wine, we're fine. The price was very good. And considering that we got to feed a lot of people, I want to spend more money on food and my vendors, our vendors.
So what do you think, sir? You think this is...
I think this is it.
You think this is it?
I think we knew, but then we just wanted to check some additional areas. So.
All right, so we made the decision. We're back. We took a break to go over everything again. And we're certain that we're going to go with Newton White Mansion.
Woo!
Cue the confetti. But we were just trying to go over everything as far as like they do have a preferred caterers list, but I just had to make sure that it was a list that was kind of optional and not mandatory of a preferred caterers list and like all the other logistics of pricing and things like that. So they do give us an 8-hour block, but after just thinking about what may need to be done that day and potentially DIY decorating that day, so we may have to just get a little extra hours, maybe like 1 to 2 extra hours. But other than that, we've got our place, so we can finally like roll things out, sign a contract, get invitations out, and go from there. So
We're here. And finally.
Yeah, finally. It actually, we're 2 months behind our decision-making date.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's better than nothing. So, yeah, we made it. Made it to the promised land, or the journey to the promised land, I guess. So, yeah. All right, so next time, what are we going to do next time? What are we working on?
I don't know.
Me neither. We'll figure it out and we'll come back with another video. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Just make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you can get notified of the next video. Peace out.